This is so powerful and amazing for you that I can't even capture the immensity of this next level, this transformation that you are in the middle of going into. And the thing is that this is healing something so deeply rooted that not only was just kind of a thing you were born into understanding, but generations and generations and generations and millions of people collectively aligned with the same story. And this freaking story is the one that it's like a tower moment, right? Like it is falling apart for this new understanding. And what this is authority. Something in you is falling apart of some structure of idea of authority, that this is what the job's gotta look like. This is what, how these people are gonna have to treat me in this, and this is how I need to look, and this is how, whatever, all the things on the outside. So there's this collective expansion now of people like us who are like stepping in to a new level of self-empowerment. And one of the journeys, one of the big things about empowerment is having this self-authority, having sovereignty, having dominion over you, and no longer kind of giving these outside structures the power, any power over you. And this is so deeply rooted that this shift is interesting because, I think this shift has been slowly happening in the past 3 months to kind of align into this next level of empowerment. But if there are things like the way you think is off, sleeping issues, rashes, aches, whatever, that there is such a massive recalibration, and in letting this concept of what we have identified with as authority, and this is what makes me secure, and this is what makes me feel safe, there's an unsafety then happening within the body, okay? And one of the biggest message is like, have compassion that there is something coming up within you that does not feel, and it might just be like a humming in the background, right? Or it might be just like blaring in your face. But something might not feel, just like, oh, I feel so trusting and like accepting. And if you are there, then like, heck yeah, that's awesome. But I think a lot of us are kind of, not even to mention the like collective fear thing going on right now, but this is about your relationship with what you have subconsciously and in your lineage and in your heritage have put this idea of, this is security, this is safety, this is what keeps me safe and secure. Because I don't know, everyone in humanity decided that like whatever concept of this outside authority is the thing that kind of keeps us safe. But there's this new, so that's crumbling, right? So like, say you have this like system within you and it wants to run like this, okay? It's just like nice and smooth. And then it gets janked up. It's got like that trauma over here and this thing and that, and it makes the thing like, oh, it's good over here. And then it's like, and then, so that's all when we want to be so this is what's going on. This is what's healing. This is what's recalibrating. And it's super freaking disorienting because, this, and in the last 3 months, more or less, the authority cog on the wheel of your energetic consciousness, whatever, I'll throw some words in there, that little cog has been wobbling slowly to kind of get, it's all over here, like, and then it's like been like, kind of trying to come back into this like new, smooth, energetic thing. So that whole thing, that wobble, is because there's something realigning in you, and anything that you have been feeling, any physical things, and obviously go, this isn't about like, don't go work with someone to help heal a thing, but just know that like a lot of this is because you are healing. Like there's something healing, but there's also like a stress response, right? Like the body gets inflamed because it's like, oh my God, like that thing that we've put all our security in, that thing, that idea of how it should look like isn't really real. Like that's just like the idea that we came up with, that's our security. And the focus is going back on your own self-security, on your own inner safety, on your own self-authority. So there's just a lot going on, and this is going to lead to this next level of yourself where you're so freaking magnetic. I mean, it's so your magnetism, and just think of that in regards to like the gifts you want to share with humanity and the love you want to experience. And like this thing, this false idea of like what safety and security and the outside authority has actually been a prison around your energy field. So that's what's breaking down, and it's recalibrating and readjusting. So it's a lot. It's just a lot. And allow the suckiness, allow the hard moments, just allow, because it's all leading, like things are being readjusted, okay? Like, when a chiropractor goes, and that moment of the is not even, it's kind of like, oh, that seems like a slight trauma to the system. Like you just took my neck and twisted it. And then sometimes even for the next couple of days, there could be soreness, there could be healing. So there's this healing. There's something really powerful that's healing, that's integrating, that's recalibrating. So just give yourself a break, allow, endure, because it's only leading to this like magnetic version of yourself, the one you get little glimpses of every now and then. You're like, yeah, that's who I am. Like it feels like, yes, this is who I am. And then you go back into the days. So we're going to connect to a couple aspects of ourself. Obviously, let's talk to self-authority. Let's talk to the illusion of authority. Let's talk to the wobble, the recalibration. Actually, I'm just writing this down. We're gonna add safety and security. And I'm gonna put truth, like true safety and security. And then we're giving birth to something right now. Okay. I just had this like image of like this healing, this concept of healing something and changing your understanding with outside self-authority and going to the inside self-authority. Like your confidence is about to pop off, and it's going to be very hot. Like, oh my God, your confidence is so freaking magnetic. So get ready. See what we got. Yeah. Interesting. What are we giving birth to? Okay. So, of course, I mean, the self-authority, right? So octopus expansion, we're expanding in all directions. Octopus is about, because it's past, present, future, it's all dimensions of ourself. There is this expansion happening within you that is it's like empowering all these parts of yourself. Like you stepping into a new level of authority with yourself is also healing some past version of yourself that is then healing you and is also healing your future self. So you're like multidimensional quantum healing all these aspects of you. And by claiming this, I think it's even healing generational, like ancestor stuff of really stepping into this new self. Okay, so I also feel like there's definitely, you have loved ones, past loved ones, ancestors that are just like here, that you're the one like changing the thing. You're the one shifting this thing. And the message is like, it's not fear will no longer master you. Fear is going to be your servant, right? Like it's no longer allowing fear to dictate and to rule everything in your reality. And then you're leveling up right now. Like you're in the midst of an upgrade, but look how there is no step before her. The step only appears when she takes the step, and then the step is there. But look at above that, there's nothing else. So there's this going into the unknown. And I just had this awesome reading with a client, and it became clear that like the unknown wanted to be understood as sacred. And there's a reason you don't know right now. It's a reason you don't have an answer. It's a reason that all this is going on and all of it's happening. And there's something sacred in this unknowing, because things are coming together that will be clear to you in the future. But like, just keep going forward. And there's something about having this like, just know that there's something healing right now. Just know that this is leading to, such a magnetic, confident version of yourself who is so assured in what they do and what they share, and even assured in the parts of themselves that are still imperfect and that they're working on. Like there is like a groundedness and a self-acceptance of aspects of yourself that are still need some work on growing, but you are upgrading. You are freaking upgrading, and it's awesome. And there's major unknown energy happening right now, and that the unknown is like, I am sacred. Just embrace the unknown. Embrace that you don't know. Do not try to put any logical thinking on that. Okay, so then we have the illusion outside, or the illusion of outside authority. This illusion of putting power into these stories outside of yourself. Like, and I feel like that even connects to like limiting stories, right? Like, that kind of relationship is still going to be true. Like, you just put authority in that thing. You just put authority in some really lame story. Like, so, the illusion that we put in things, when we illusion power in these outside things, the answer is in the blocks. Let me just think about this, because usually this card is like the block is the solution. The block is like, there's a couple different understandings of this. One, like you're creating the block, like it's not even a problem. Like you made it a problem. Like that story, that thing you put your idea of like power into is because you created it. Like you created the block. Like the answer is that the block is something that you created. So uncreate it. So unidentify with it. And then we have action leads to success. So there is this like, let me just think about this. This one, we have the dragons, which could be our loved ones, our ancestors. There's these things around us that are aligning with us, that if we go towards this thing that feels empowering, if we go towards this thing that we love, okay, if we go towards this version that we are claiming to be, that everything in the ether, God, creation, life force is all supporting us. And anything that comes up, like the block, it's all a part of it. Okay. So the things that are coming up. So I kind of rewind what I was saying with this, because sometimes I need to like just understand, like, what is this telling me? Is that anything coming up, any blocks coming up are literally the thing that are helping the gear of self-authority come into the flow, back to this like smooth channel of energy. So the blocks that we are defining as blocks aren't actually blocks. They're revealers. Like, this is another shift. So everything that feels kind of annoying, and some of it is like, it's difficult, or we call it, or we're gonna put that power in by calling it difficult, but it's more like there's some elusive things. I feel like there's a lot of elusive, like not so tangible things going on with that within yourself that are like low-key disempowering. So this is all because there's something, a recognition about even giving your power to that thing that you aren't even really clear about. Like, what is the issue with this? Like, why does something in me feel out of control or weak or not good enough? So these little things coming up, whether it's like obvious concrete or somewhat slow and like shadowy, is all a part of this next level, and you're completely supported, and you are being led to success with like the true self-authority. But just understand that everything happening right now that feels like it sucks, or feels like it's annoying, or feels like it's ungrounded, is a part of this level up. So interestingly, that wobble, ungroundedness, what it shares, you're healing. And you're not only just healing, you're healing the world. So you're healing something right now. Like I said, your healing is happening. The wobble is the healing. The block is because you're healing. Like, it's all happening because you're freaking healing, and it's leading to this new level where you're so in alignment. Look at like this creature human in this vortex of rainbow energy, aligning with a bigger vortex of rainbow energy that is being facilitated by the bowhead whale, who is like not only major abundance, but like a guide in this thing too. So it feels like there's a lot of divination, like divine guidance happening for you right now. Like, there are players with you helping you on this journey. Because bowhead whale, there will be, when the packs of bowhead whales are migrating, and this is like, in the Arctic and in these really cold places, so there's a lot of ice, and there will be one bowhead whale that is kind of like clearing the ice so that the other bowhead whales can then easily breathe through their blowhole. So there's this, something is with you right now. Like, there is something that is helping this all come together, that is helping with your healing. And it's just like, keep freaking going, keep going, just understand that what is happening right now that feels some type of way is because you're healing, and this is all good. Your safety and security, the true safety and security, is like, your highest self has your back. White owl sees above, turns its head what looks to be 360 degrees, has this like something similar to echo hearing location. It's like really in depth, can see in the blackest of nights, super far away. Like, this is your highest self sharing, okay, you're in the unknown. You don't have any proof. Like, you can't even see, but I'm leading you. I am leading you. You are being led. So not only do you have this gang of like guides, ancestors, life, creation, you have you're guiding you. You're guiding you in this darkness right now. Interestingly, safety, the true safety and security is like, lighten up, like you're fine. Everything Oh, okay. Like, you're kind of taking this way too serious. Okay, so I love that. I mean, I'm just reflecting on how serious I've made all of this, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, it's awesome, but there's this, like, there's a playfulness that wants to come through. There's a just, it's, whoa, come on. Like, it's healing, you're leveling up. This is only leading to you being, like, more expansive and confident and freaking hotter because you're so just, like, secure in yourself and you're your own self-authority, which is, like, extremely freaking magnetic. So lighten up. Like, how cool is that? Can you endure right now knowing what is on the other side of this morphing, of this recalibration that you're dealing with? So what we are giving birth to, butterfly self. In the cocoon, like, we are, and it's constant, like, we're constantly shifting, leveling up, going into these. This is a big one though. Like, I mean, they're all big ones. It's just been constantly, but this really kind of standing in butterfly, like really owning it and no longer identifying to this old aspect of you. I mean, that's the thing, is that you're getting these hints and you're aligning with this new aspect and things are changing, but then you get, like, thrown off and kind of see through this very disempowered understanding of yourself when everything is like, no, you're just healing, you're growing, like, it's all freaking working out. And because here's the other thing, even if you are getting disempowered and it's like, that is not gonna mess up these things you're manifesting. Like, you're already so deep in the path. Like, you're allowed to feel like crap. You're allowed to feel ugly. You're allowed to feel like, is this working out? You're allowed to, like, be hopeless at moments, right? This is the human experience. This is the spectrum. Like, but the thing is, where you are at is like, I can endure this. I can sit with this feeling. I can honor this feeling inside me. I can have compassion for this feeling inside of me. And still then come back into the knowing, but this is what's happening, and actually having a new understanding of those, of that pain coming up in you, and embracing that and seeing it as, I am detoxing this, I am facing it. And yes, maybe I got hypnotized by it for a day, for a week, for 3 months, but it does not define that something bad is going to happen. I make my own definition, and perhaps I fell asleep and I forgot that, but it doesn't. Every moment you can shift back into that empowered state. In fact, it's happening. You forgetting, you feeling disempowered was all because it's getting you to this next level of your empowerment. That's the ticket. You don't need to be so, I'm in, like, I know, it's okay. You're allowed to forget. You're allowed to feel anxiety. You're allowed to freaking be depressed, and still you will manifest the thing of your dreams. And still you will, regardless of how much the fear is terrorizing you, you will still manifest that thing. You will still blossom into this next level of yourself because it's a part of the freaking path. And the what are we giving birth to is really let me just see. I accept myself. Just what I was saying, because this card that I just pulled, I'm like, kind of goes against everything I just said. And I have the freaking self-authority to be like, I'm not going to show you what that card is. I'm going to pick another one that's exactly what I just said. See, you can go through all these feelings, all the colors of feelings. She's black, she is white, she is orange, she is red, she is green, she is blue. She is everything, and she allows and she accepts those parts of herself. So what you are giving birth to is also this new level of integration within yourself, where it's not just about like, I feel good all the time. And like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, but it's a real move if you can endure and hold space for these things that are healing, right? Like if the scab is all granked up and whatever, you know, can you just endure that moment while it's healing, where, you know, your clothes touching it is like, ow, oh my God, this is so painful. It is not freaking forever. It is healing. There is some massive integration coming for you right now. So get excited. Get freaking excited. Friends, also next week is the spring equinox, and tomorrow is the activation wealth portal. I am doing, me and Taylor Eaton, the wealth activator. She's freaking awesome. We're doing this hour-long activation where it's all about using the energy of the equinox to go into the wealthiest version of ourselves. So the wealthiest version, it's not just this materialism thing. Like, that's just like, no one cares. Like, that's not what we're doing. This is about spiritual currency. This is about our health. The wealthiest we can be is the healthiest we can be. The wealth is about having, you know, the capacity to hold abundance. Wealth is about amazing, loving relationships with others. Wealth is about your generosity with others and receiving love and generosity with others. Wealth is about creating a world where we are all in it for the freaking people, right? So like we're using, and like money, like we have a different elevated relationship with money where we can feel supported doing what we love and then being compensated for that, because the old understanding of reality is that you work for someone else in a thing that feels toxic or not, and giving something to your authority because it's giving you some idea of like security. So if that seems awesome to you, it's a part of my membership, the I Am Empowered membership, and replays. Like, you get all my freaking workshops. You get the weekend activation body tech movements. You get the Monday weekly members readings. And this is just like this membership is about having a new level of sovereignty, of being able to work with your body, to have a nervous system that can toggle between, you know, where things may have been in our nervous system, like that activates me, that's triggering, but that powerful kind of action energy, and aligning it with the energy, which is our sympathetic or the sympathetic and the, oh my God, why am I'm so out of it, our parasympathetic. Our parasympathetic is like the rest and relax. So being able to work with our bodies to have a new relationship and build a nervous system that can learn to handle certain levels of intensity while feeling safe at the same time. And also building a nervous system that can hold the weight of your big freaking dream, your big fat dream. It's so freaking big and awesome. But does your nervous system have the capacity to hold the weight of that abundance? Does your nervous system, do you feel safe showing yourself? Do you feel safe putting yourself out there? So when we work with the body and we collide the mind, the body, and the spirit, we start coding ourselves. We start coding our intention with our body, which is the technology. So this is what I teach, body tech. So we're using our bodies to help us manifest, to heal, to hold the weight of success, to learn how to feel safe, and to endure the moments that don't feel safe, to endure it, to hold new levels of, you know, certain levels of anxiety that would have destroyed you for months. You can hold it and work through it in a day. So we're building a new strength to shine, to uplift ourselves, to uplift humanity, and to live a life we love, and to heal ourselves. And in healing ourselves, we're healing the world, and transforming ourselves, we're transforming society as well. So check out all the info below for the membership program. It's freaking awesome. Like, it's awesome. All right. And lots of workshops. There's monthly live Zoom workshops, replays of everything we've done. Lots of love, and let's get empowered. World peace.